So in Yiddish on page 5. Turn to page 5, everybody. Keep going. In the middle of the page on page 5, the same melody. Walter gehalt koach. Yeah, you see it, everybody? It's in Yiddish, so it's written from right to left, and you just shrug your shoulders a little bit. It's a Yiddish, it's right there. Walter gehalt koach. Walter gelaufen in de Gassen. Walter geschrien Shabbos. Shabbos, hele Shabbos. Yamam mai dai dai, yamam mai dai dai, yamam mai dai dai dai, yamam dai, yamam mai dai, yamam mai dai, yamam mai dai, dai da da da, yamam mai dai, yamam mai dai. On page 6, everyone, Shalom Aleichem. So when you say Shalom Aleichem, the people say back Aleichem Shalom. So let's try that, okay? Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom.
Oh, you guys are pros. And I can add something to that. Okay, Shalom Aleichem, Aleichem Shalom. This angelic song We're so blessed to have Judah tonight leading us together with Maddox and all of you at home and all of you are here. In the words of our ancestors here, the beautiful prayer that the Shulchan Aruch says, the Code of Jewish Law says, that when you come home, there are angels that are escorting you home, that are escorting you home. And Shabbat is a day of homecoming. So whatever angels brought you here tonight, we want to thank them for being in the house. So if you're an angel, please raise your hand. Angels in the house. Okay, angels. Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharei, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Ba'aduchum, Boachem Leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Ba'aduchum, Baruchuni Leshalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Ba'aduchum. The last stanza on page 6. Tzedchem leshalom, Malchei HaShalom, Malachei Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Ba'aduchum. Yalla lai 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 lai, yalla lai 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 lam, yalla lai lai la la lai lai, yalla lai la la lam. Hey na lai, hey ne 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 ne, hey ne 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 ne. My night, ya the night, ya the dum, he did it, HaKadosh Ba'aduchum, HaKadosh Ba'aduchum, HaKadosh It's so good to bring some joy and some laughter into the shul. So if you were cackling when we came in, we love you. Thank you for bringing the cackle. On page 9 and 10, L'chu Niranena. How many of you are here tonight to lead services with me? How many of you are here tonight to lead services with me? How many of you are here tonight to lead services with me? How many of you are here tonight to lead services with me?
Oh, yeah.
All right, there's a theme here. One more time. How many of you here tonight came here to lead services with me? How many? Everybody. So what page are we on, everybody? Wow. 9 and 10. You guys are davening leaders. L'chu Niranena. Sing with me. L'chu Niranena. Lado Naria Naari Letzur Yishenu Nekadema Nikadma Fanav Betoda Bezemirot Nariado. So some of you should daven in the English out loud so we can hear you, so we can start. Let us celebrate in song. And those who are davening in the Hebrew, say it out loud because it's transliterated. Why not? Ready, everybody? Let's do it loud and proud. Ready? If you're going to do it in the English, let us celebrate in song. The infinite is a generous might and a great guide. More than all forms that we can imagine. God's hand firms earth's edges, most mountain peaks, makes sea shapes land. Come, let us bow in awe and say our blessings before the breath that made us. For here is our God and we are the shepherd's flock. If only we heard God's voice, don't close your heart. Arba'im shana akut bedor va'omar am to'ei levavhei vehem lo yadu dera asher nishbati v'yapik im yevo'un el menuchati. On page 11 and 12. In the night, one more time. Yamba yai, yamba yai, yamba yamba yai. Did it a lay lay, yamba yai, yamba yamba yam. Did it a lay. Did it a bye bye, yamba bye, yamba bye bye. Did it I da nai nai nai. Did it nai nai. Did it nai nai nai. Did it nai nai nai. Ya la la la. Yamba ya yamba ya yamba yamba ya. Did it la la la. Yamba ba yamba ba ba. Did it la la la. Yamba ba yamba ba ba. Did it la la la. Yamba ba yamba ba ba. Did it bum 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 ba 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 ba. Did it bum ba yamba ba ba. Did it bum ba ba ba. Ay 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 ay. Shinu ladunai shi khadash. Shinu ladunai kola. Shinu ladunai baruch shemo. Basum yom yom yeshuato. Saberu bago. Gebo. Ogeko. Agamine. Hypnotize. Yamba 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 bam. Yamba 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 yamba. Did it a lie lie yamba yamba yamba. Did it a lie lie yamba yamba yamba. Did it lie 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 lie. one of your voices. Yamba 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 bam bam. Yamba yamba yamba. Diddy la 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 yamba yamba yamba. Yamba 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 bam bam bam. Diddy nine 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 na na na. Diddy nine 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 na na na. Diddy nine nine ay 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 oh. Yamba 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 bam bam. Diddy la 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 yamba yamba. Diddy na 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 yamba yamba. Hey diddy la 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 yamba yamba bam bam. Diddy no bam 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 bam. Bam 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 bam. Diddy no na hey 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 la 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 la. Yamba 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 bam bam. Yamba 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 bam bam. You didn't like that, yamba yamba baby bam. Diddy not like that, yamba yamba bam bam. Diddy nine nine nine. Diddy home da 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 da. Please rise. Psalm 29 on page 19 and 20. Ismo David Hamladunai Bnei Hamula Kavod Va'ozai Hamladon Oshimo Ishtachamuladon Me'adrat Gumotesh Kol Adonai Alamoyim El HaKavodim Adonai Almayim Rabim Bako ay Kol Adonai Egada Kol Adonai Shabe Arazim Shabe Adonai Etozik Vayakinei Kemoei Omnei Hey, so as we're standing here together, let's just take a step out so your feet are underneath your shoulders and just stand and just gently bend your knees so you feel the floor beneath you. You can even lock your legs and see how that feels, and then just relax your knees and just feel like, oh, the earth has me. And make the connection, if you can, between your shoulders and your feet. Like, as you give weight to the earth that supports you immediately underneath your body, just feel that as if you were speaking to your body and saying, it's okay, we're held. Whenever you feel ready, you can find your seat. You can stay standing, either way. We turn to page 21 and 22, singing together the words of our ancestors, the words of Nehemiah ben Akana, who wrote this poem. Ana bekoach yedulat yeminecha tati inetzerura kabel rinat amecha sagreinu Tareinu noda Nagimo Doshei Yehudecha Yevavat Shomrei Ubarcheim Tarei Rachamei Tzidkatecha Tami Gomlein Chasin Kato Verov Tuvecha Nahel Adat Yachid Ge'eh Le'am Chavnei Shavatenu kahaber ushma zakatenu yodei ta'alumot Baruch Shem kevod Baruch Shem kevod malechutu le'olam va'ed as they turn to find the words of our ancestors on page 23 and 24. So just so you know, the difference between a performance and a preformance. Right? I mean, the difference between a performance and a preformance, what is it? Does anybody know? What's the difference? Huh? No, definitely not me. Definitely not me. So in a performance, you're like wanting to be dazzled and lifted and also ready in case it doesn't happen. And the mind is judging, analyzing. And in a preformance, you're alone with your God, and she's with you. You don't even have to be, I'm not talking. There's no one here. It's just all of you together, alone, And where the music goes and takes you in your sacred space, no one knows, and nor should we. And these incredible musicians are just God's instruments in this moment, just like the rest of us, praying with their fingers and their hearts. And embodiments of divinity are just flowing here tonight, right? One person, 10 people, 1,000, it wouldn't matter. It's just one heart. So we take our turn singing, and you're singing with us, and our ancestors are dancing tonight in the timeless space that Shabbat brings. Shall we? Page 23, 24, let's sing together. Lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Ishmi'anu elam Adonai echad u'shemo echad L'shemo tiferet v'tila lecha dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha ki ish mekor merosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh
למחשבה תחילה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת
Dodi likrat kala b'nei Shabbat nekabela Mikdash melech Mikdash melech עיר מלוכה
מתוך הבכה, רב לך שבט ועמק הבכה, והוא יכול עלייך חמלה לך
אדוני
לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה.
הנה לך אדוני בואי בשלום, עטרת בלב, גם בשמחה ובצרה, תוך אמוני על סגולה, בואי חלה שבת המלכה, As we turn to face Jerusalem together, we invite you to remain standing for the Psalm of Shabbat on page 27 and 28. At this moment also we invite into the space Susan and Mark, who are in the first week of Shiva, the first week of, well, Susan got up this morning, but Mark is in the first week. The two mourners in our midst. As we praise Shabbat and praise God for all that we have. Mizmor shir liyom haShabbat, tov leodot l'Adonai u'lezamer l'shimcha elyon. Agid b'boker chastecha v'emunatcha v'alelos al yasor. Tzadik Katamar yifrach ke'eretz Malvanon yizkek shesurim bebeit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yaf yichu od yenhuvon meseyeva yeshayani v'nanani yiyu lechagid ki asher Adonai tzori v'lo We pray for healing this evening, and certainly in our community, both for Mark and his family, and for Susan and her family, and all of those who are in need of healing tonight. We say the words of Psalm 147, which can be found on page 113 in the back of your prayer book and your Siddur. And so we all need all of your voices tonight, because I'm sure Judah will find it somewhere because he's so talented, but we know this song, so let's sing together and pray together. Healer of the broken-hearted, binder of our wounds, counter of uncountable stars, you know who we are. הרופא לשבורי לב ומכבש לעצבותיו, מונה מספר לכוכבים, לכולם שמות יקרא. We invite you all to be seated. Will you come back? Good Shabbos, everybody. Good Shabbos. Is there anybody here for the first time that would like to say hello? Anybody? Any first-timers? Good to see people who haven't seen in a while. Anybody? You know the rule, Rabbi Prostin. You don't out other people. You know that. Oh, they are raising their hands. Thank you. I stand corrected. Thank you. Just your name. Don't worry. Just your name. What's your name? Look at me. Look at me. What's your name?
My name is Dahlia.
Awesome. Everybody, hi, Dahlia. Awesome.
My name is Caleb.
Caleb? Caleb. Hi, Caleb.
Denmark.
And,
My name is Torsten.
okay. Wonderful. Anybody else? Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I'm Danielle. Nice to meet you all.
Where are you from, Danielle?
I am making a slow transition from Pittsburgh to about 6 blocks away. So,
That's good. We like to ask people where they're from just so they can bring their hometown here or whatever it is. It's okay. Around the corner. Hi.
Hi, I'm Donna.
Hi,
Hello,
Donna.
everyone.
Hi.
I'm from Englewood, New Jersey.
Just there last night. We were just there
My
last
first
night.
time.
It's your first time here. Okay. We were in Englewood last night for Mandy Batankin. It was unbelievable. So beautiful, so talented. Hello. Hi.
Hi, I'm Ezra. I'm from Cambridge, Massachusetts.
All right, Ezra. Welcome from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Anybody else?
Hello, I'm Juliana, and I am from Forest Hills.
My hometown. My parents are from Forest Hills, yeah. Other side of Yellowstone Boulevard, the whole thing, Fitchett Street. Hello.
Hi, I'm Joe. From New York, although now living upstate.
Cool. Where upstate? Where upstate? Delaware County. Oh, nice. Delaware County. Who else would like to say hi? Up to you. It's not better or worse. Just what, if you want to say hi. Cool.
Hi, I'm Debbie, and today's my birthday. And I thought, what better place to be?
Wow, that's great. Well, happy birthday. Anybody else? Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. What, Roberta, what? Okay. Any other famous people that anybody would like to lift up? Anybody else? Malcolm X's birthday. Okay. Thank you, Roberta. And also, you share a birthday. Look at that. There you go. Okay. Is this off, Nate? Can I just put it down? Is that cool? All right. A couple of very brief announcements. I thought, we used to make the announcements before, we said hello to people, but it's kind of rude. It's like you walk into our house and let's make announcements first. I just want to say hi, whoever's here, and then make a couple of housekeeping things. First of all, we had an incredibly beautiful community meeting on Wednesday night. Who was at the community meeting on Wednesday night? It was really beautiful, and huge thanks to to Deborah Passner and to all of the lay leaders and the staff that made it possible. Moving into this Shabbat, we have come to the final Shabbat of our Merry May Mitzvah month. That's some good alliteration right there, I just want to say. Mazel tov to our bar mitzvah, our B mitzvah celebrants, Jessica. Why don't you Jessica, stand up. Jessica Litwack, stand up. All right. Rachel Mackleff, you might not be here tonight, but Rachel, wherever you are. Also, Kevin Sachs. I know Kevin is here. There's Kevin. And Devorah Tolushkin-Uz. So these amazing folks endured and persevered through a kind of arduous and grueling and beautiful and uplifting cohort to say it's never too late to become a bar or bat mitzvah, b mitzvah, to take your place and to own what is your inheritance. And so they are here this weekend and will stand at Torah tomorrow and also teach Torah tomorrow, which is really beautiful. Open book tomorrow will be at 8:45, and then services will be here in our West End shul. Stay after services for Kiddush, and there'll also be, the Kiddush is being sponsored by Paul Ullman and a couple of anonymous donors, so thank you, Paul. I thought I saw you here. And to the anonymous donors, wherever you are, thank you. And tonight also, after services, there'll be a dinner as well across the street. If you haven't yet registered, see Rebecca Flanders, who's here somewhere. She's right there. There's Rebecca. And you can more than happy to feed and to celebrate tonight with us across the street. Many of you, again, as I said, were online and with us for the community meeting. All members are invited to join our executive committee meeting this coming Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. to continue the conversation about whether or not we will sell the building across the street. We're not selling it before dinner tonight, so don't worry, it's still there. But we're going to continue the conversation on Wednesday evening, and everybody is invited to come and participate in that. The Social Action Committee is calling on all of us to take action to help pass the Treatment Not Jail Bill and the Child Abuse Reporting Expansion Act. That's a whole mouthful, but let me break it down for you. Two bills, both of which need our support. The first bill is to create context for less criminalization and more treatment around our criminal justice system, number one. And number two, something that I'm very passionate about and people in the synagogue know, to pass the CARE Act that would mandate that all clergy, Jewish and all clergy in every faith, would be mandatory reporters around sexual abuse in minors and so on. Something that unbelievably, for many of you probably hearing this, thinking, isn't that already the law? But it isn't. Clergy are exempt from mandatory reporting. Teachers are not, therapists are not, occupational therapists, and so on. And so we, as a part of our child, a Shabbat of the Child and our Protection of the Child month, have been advocating in Albany, and we're really pushing hard. Spoke today with the head of the New York Board of Rabbis, trying to push it out. We have about 8 days, I think, or so to get the bill passed. We've already heard from Governor Hochul that she would pass it if it arrives at her desk, and we need to make sure that it gets to her. Absolutely. The Israeli Day Parade is on June 4th. We'll be marching with the Upper West Side Coalition. Watch your email for details. On Shavuot, which is Thursday night, May 25th, Rabbi Kohler Esses will be spearheading a night of learning at the JCC's Tikkun Leil Shavuot. That is on May 25th, Thursday night. And I guess membership drive. Shavuot will mark the official end of our annual membership drive, but it's never too late to join ours. Can you imagine that? It's too late. If somebody wants to sign up, sorry. We closed our doors. So membership is vital for supporting everything we do, from renting this synagogue to having musicians, to everything that we do is connected to membership. If you are a Romemu lover, you come to Romemu, there's a way for you to be a Romemu supporter too. Romemu lovers can become Romemu supporters. It's very quickly available to you. You can just call the office and let them know you'd like to support Romemu and be a member, and they'll find a membership that works for you in your life. How's that? Is that easy? That works? Thank you for that. I am so blessed to have wonderful davening leaders in our community. A couple of weeks ago, we had people step up, and this Shabbat, our Kohenet and minister, Miriam Rubin, is just like, I just said, Miriam, come daven. And it's like, love Miriam when she leads tefillah, leads prayer, and sings from her heart. So invite Miriam to come back up and lead us in the call to prayer. Please rise, everybody, for the Baruch Hu on page 31 and page 32. Next time I'll tell you ahead of, maybe.
So nice to be here tonight, and such a blessing to be able to pray together and call each other. So if I call you to prayer, will you call me back? Let's pray together.
המבורכת לעולם ועד. ינום נאי נאי רוי תחת משנה איתי ומחליפה את הזמנים ומסדרת את הכוכבים משמרת תקן רגי כרצונו ורד יום הלילה
כרצונו ורד יום והלילה גוללת אור מפני חושך וחושך מפני אור ומעריבה יום ומביאה לילה ומבדילה בין יום ובין לילה יד צבאות שמה אליך חיה וקיימת תמיד תמלוך עלינו לעולם ועד ברוכה את שכינה המעריבה רבים
What a great love you love us, source of life. Each breath we take, an affirmation of the gift that is life. Each moment that we are striving, wrestling and then resting in your presence. We the wrestling people, we the rest-tilling people, rest in that embrace. V'ahavatcha tasir mimenu li'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. V'ninalai love the children, all of us are your children. We prepare for Shema on page 37.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Page 39 and 40.
את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך ובביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
Continue the second paragraph on page 41. והים שמות ישמעו מצוות אשר לכם בצוות חמין ולעם ועשה לכם. and the earth will not give forth her fruits, and you'll be lost and completely exiled from that place of home.
Write them on your doorposts, the doorposts of your homes and on your gates, in order that your days and the days of your children may be long on the earth.
God promised to your ancestors.
As long as the days of the skies above the land.
On page 43, let's read in the Hebrew and in the English. Make your choice. Vayomer Adonai El Moshe Lemor David El Bnei Yisrael V'imart Alehem Yasu Lahem
Fringes on the wings
Tzitzit
of your garments throughout your generations, and put a thread of blue in the corners. These threads will be the wing tufts for you, guiding you on the right path. You will look at them and remember all the ways of the breath of life and do them, and not be misdirected by your hearts or by your eyes when you are drawn after them. In this way you will remember and observe my ways and be holy to the breath of life, your God. I am the breath of life, your God, who carried you out of the land of Egypt, and that I might be God to you. I am the breath of life, your God. And I manifest to you the God that is true, is true.
And when on page 45 and 46, we have faith in the night. We have faith in the womb. That things are growing and gestating, and freedom is not far away. Uvanim et Gvurato on the top of page 47 and 48. Shebchu v'hodu lishmo, u'malchuto b'ratzon kiblu aleihem. Moshe u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael echanu shira, b'simcha rabba v'yameru kulam. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, norach tehilot osef elem. Malchutecha rovanecha בוקר היה לפני משה ומרים
ענו ואמרו
אדוני ימלוך
לעולם ועד
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני תעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל
Israel.
Amen. On page 49 and 50. Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Veshalom V'hamidenu
Malkeinu
L'chaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu L'shalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu L'chaim
Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shelomecha V'taknenu Be'etza Tova milfanecha V'hoshienu Le'man Shemecha V'ha נפשיינו למען שמך.
ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך. ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורץ סוכת שלום עלינו, ועל כל עמו ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ועל ירושלים. Please rise for Vishamrot, page 51 and 52. The beep, 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 beep. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat. Yikadav yikadash meirabah. Alma divrach yutei v'yamelech malchutei b'chayecha
וביומך ובחייתך בית ישראל
בעגלה
בעגלה ובזמן קריב
ויאמרו
אמן.
יהי
שמי רבה מבורך לעולם לעולמי עלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה לעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תאמירם בעלמא ויאמרו.
The Amidah, the whispered prayer can be found in your prayer books on page 53, 54, 55, a lot of different ways in. We take a few moments to be alone with our own sense of the sacred and the beautiful. and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, Yah, my Redeemer, you the Ratson, yeah, you the Ratson, Imre free, they only be Lifanecha, Adonai, Vego Ali, Lord prepare me, oh Lord prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving I'll be a sanctuary for you. Na 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 la 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 la. Na 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 na. This week has been a really strange week for nostalgia. It's been a week of, in many ways, going home. The word nostalgia means the journey home in Greek. Nostalgia, there's been a way of revisiting old things this week that I had not expected and kind of just leaped into my life. Two remarkable community members lost two remarkable fathers this week, last week. And I was profoundly immersed immediately in the rhythms and the feelings of my Orthodox upbringing in visiting both of their Shiva homes. The rhythm of prayer, the rhythm of kind of the way space is held, the showing up day after day, not just a couple of days, but a contiguity and a continuity of days each and every day important. The rituals around the kivura, around the burial. It was decidedly an immersion in a world that I used to live in. I used to walk those halls. And I swam this week in the immediacy of the feelings that it evoked. But I don't think anything prepared me, actually, for the third moment of funeral Shiva, when one of my dearest childhood friends, Alav Shalom, lost his mother this week. And immediately, my family, my father, my mother, my sisters, and my brother were all on our way back to our hometown. gathered together in a car for the first time in maybe 30 years, all 6 of us in one place. We drove on highways that I used to drive on each and every day of my life. And even though my hometown is only 45 minutes away, it wasn't like somewhere in Pennsylvania or in Ohio. Right there, 45 minutes from the city, was a world that I had left behind in my late teens, early 20s. And here we were driving by the stores that used to line Middle Neck Road and saying, "Oh, that's where the Baskin Robbins was." And my father, whose memory is not what it used to be, all of a sudden coming to life saying, "Oh, there's that." And we were swimming in recollection and in reverie and memory in a way that was remarkable, because where is that each and every day? I kept thinking to myself, where is that part of my body that all of a sudden felt like I was 14 again, and getting on my bike to go see Yitzi and Pia and passing by Officer Brown at the village police station. But where does that live in me? Me, the spiritual dilettante, the one who has a passport in every spiritual tradition, the one who thinks form is overrated because formless is so great. Me, the non-dual rabbi who, it's all one. My past, my present, my future. And even though I kind of was done with that, been there, therapy, rebirthing, trips, who knows? And here I am walking the streets as a grown man with my family, and I'm right back in my childhood. And the power it gave me, I felt buoyed by it. I felt that there were parts of me that weren't alive in a way, that was like the water of memory came and revivified energetic pockets of my being. It's like, oh, wow. I'm that kid that was, There's life in these things. There's life in these forms. There's life in these stories. There's life in these particularities. There's life even after we've graduated into the universal embrace of adulthood and living in a metropolitan city that is diverse with so many wonderfully different things and different places and different traditions and different restaurants. And all of a sudden, I was in the particular story of my life. And instead of being afraid of its parochial qualities, I wore it like a blanket. There's a Torah that Mark shared with me this morning that I couldn't stop thinking about all day. And so I want to revisit it and hope that I got it right. B'Shem Rabbi Gordon Tucker. In this week's Torah portion, we begin the 4th of the 5 books of Moshe, known as Bamidbar, the book of Numbers, but really it's about the wilderness, the desert, the uncertainty. And it begins with both an accounting of all of those who were in the desert, and then it goes on to list certain functions that the Levites and others had to take in the Mishkan and the tabernacle, that portable sanctuary in the desert. And one of the functions of the Levites, believe it or not, was to wrap up all of the sacred furniture. They were like a biblical Moshe's Moving Company, or flat rate, or schleppers, or whatever it is of your choice, And literally, the Torah goes on to say they had to take blankets and other protective materials and cover each and every one of the furniture, of the piece of furniture, the vessels. And so those things would be covered, bubble wrapped, if you will, and then they would be carried after covered and carried. And then the Torah goes out of its way at the end of the Parsha in chapter 4, verse 20, to say that there was a certain family who were part of the Leviim caste, right? They were one of the sub-tribes of the Levites. They're called Kehat. And the Kehatites were not allowed, the Torah says, to go inside the holy sanctuary to see and witness the dismantling of that sanctuary because they would die. And on that verse, the verse that reads, V'lo yavo lirot kivala tekodesh vametu, that they're not allowed to come in to the swallowing up of the holy and die. The word used is a strange word, Kabbalat Shabbat. It means in the swallowed up holy, which means the holy things that have been contained now in this blanket or in this covering. Yeah, you with me? Yes. And the Torah says they're not allowed to see that covering. So Rashi, the great medieval exegete, the medieval commentator says, what does it mean that they can't go in to see the swallowed holy? He says they can't come in lir'os letoch nartik shelo, can't see the vessel inside of its bubble wrap. Why? Says Rabbi Gordon Tucker. Why is it so bad? Why is it dangerous to see sacred furniture wrapped up and ready to roll? Sharon, look, right? Is there a poem in there? It's like amazing, right? You know what he says? He says, and you'll tell me if I'm wrong, Mark, because I got to get this right. He says, to see something sacred that holds so much power, that you've invested and imbued with so much power, to see it now in its mobile stage, ready to be wrapped and taken, it denudes it. All of a sudden, you're looking at the holy, that form in a particular way, and it empties it, in a sense, of its holiness, or it raises the question, is this thing really holy? This thing that's now going to be wrapped in bubble wrap and schlepped over to 42 different destinations in the desert? Rabbi Tucker says, there is a danger in seeing the holy wrapped in a way that might make light of its gravitas. You might begin to question, like, okay, look, it's just a table. Like any other table, they wrapped it up in bubble wrap, and now it's ready to go. Get it up onto Yossi, get it onto the lift, let's go. And then Rabbi Tucker says it to Mark, who lost his father last week. He said, it's like you're looking at your father, and the life in him is no longer there. And there's a part of you that says, where's my father? You know, where is he? It's a form. There's something about Kabbalat Kodesh. It's seeing the form, and you see through it, and you start to wait. Is it really holy? Was it really in there? Is there anything there? It can lead one to question whether the form was substantial at all. Does it have any mamashut? Is there any mamish there? And the answer of the Torah is decidedly, even if you can move it, even if it isn't the totality of the person, even if the furniture is not the end, it has a function. It is imbued. There's Kedusha. And so the Torah weighs in through Rabbi Tucker on an age-old question about the way that we appropriate holiness and make it holy. Does it have intrinsic holiness, or is it extrinsically usable? Any old thing could just be replaced with another table. People know the story that I once heard from Ken Wilber, a philosopher of kind of non-dual thinking. And I think Allen Ginsberg, the famous poet, was in Boulder, Colorado, and he had come for a Tibetan Buddhist, it was Shambhala's kind of big event. And in this big auditorium in Boulder, there were lots of Tibetan Buddhists who were, chanting Nam Yoga Kedikon, like they're doing the whole chant. And someone leaned in to hear Allen Ginsberg, and he was going, "Ini mini mini mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go." It's just a chant. It's just a finger pointing to the moon. It's not the form that matters. It's what it's pointing towards. The Torah says you'll see this table and it's going to be covered, and you'll think to yourself, it's a table, okay. No, we'll go to IKEA. We'll get another table. They're interchangeable. The Torah says, no. These stories matter. This furniture matters. These words matter. Today's Yom Yerushalayim, the day that we celebrate as Jews, our return to our holiest sites. And the universalist in me says, oh, Gewalt, 6-Day War, the old city, complicated. No, We Jews spent 2,000 years not being able to go and touch the Western Wall. That holy furniture. Is it holier than a human being? Chalila, God forbid. Rabbi Yeshaya Leibowitz, one of the great professors of Jewish philosophy, whose famous sister was the great commentator on Torah, Rabbi Isaiah Yeshaya Leibowitz said, if we make stones into something that is idolatrous, then we're idol worshippers too. We can make the Western Wall into an idol. But the other extreme, it's the Western Wall, it's the Koisel HaMavravi, it's the Western Wall. 2,000 years of Jews traversing over dangerous terrain to be able to put something and touch the wall, but found garbage there. So yeah, we celebrate Yom Yerushalayim today, proudly. Going home and seeing the walls and the streets. They're packed with meaning and purpose and vitality. Are they the ultimate expression of enlightenment? No, but they're my story. And when I'm not living my story, it's Kabbalat Shabbat. It's as if the holy has been swallowed up by something that's lost perspective. Each and every face matters. Each and every taste matters. Each and every particular matters. Your desires matter. Your narratives matter. Kabbalat Kodesh. If we lose sight of that, vametu, then we're dead. We're not alive. Your father's nusach, the way that your particular father prayed. One story, Susan, I didn't get to hear stories from your father, but I'm sure we had so many amazing stories. He was the most amazing human being. But I know a little bit with Mark, some stories. He said one of his enduring memories of his father, Menachem Mendel Martin, is that maybe you can connect to this because your father was also an incredible Baal Tefillah, a prayer leader. Said that his father would be preparing for the high holidays and would be working on the car, and he'd kind of go underneath the car with one of those sliding, those things with the wheels on. He'd be under the car and he'd be listening to great music of the davening leaders of the past generations on record. And all of a sudden he would roll out from underneath the car and he'd stop and he'd say, Mark, did you hear what he did right there? That little thing that he noticed, that little unique noticing that he said, I'm going to bring that particular piece. And that'll help people to release and to cry. Kabbalat Kodesh vamesu. Lahavdil, in order to separate between something as sublime as a life and something much, much less sublime but no different in kind. This past Wednesday night, we made an announcement in our community that the building that we have been living in across the street for the last 5 years, a building that was the locus of the growth of the Romemu community from an idea and a couple of people around a drum to a vibrant, dynamic community. It began in what is now called the Romemu Center, but was once called the Grosvenor House, a historic annex of the YMCA, bought and built by a couple of Jews and given to the city for $2. It then became a home and a hub right here on the corner of 105th in Amsterdam. And in 2018, God blessed us, and that building came onto the market and allowed us to extend our Friday night and Saturday morning services that were here, but our offices were almost a mile away, and it allowed us to have a contiguous piece of real estate, a campus, if you will. Those walls have holiness in them. Those doorways had yeshiva students from all over the world. Those doorways and those floors saw dancing of a baby naming and of an ofruf, my own ofruf. Those walls held the Beit Rabban community for the last 2.5 years through a COVID epidemic. Those walls and those doors and that building across the street, although not perfect, belong to us. And there is a danger that we articulated last Wednesday night that building will have to be sold. It might really need to be sold, and that might be exactly what needs to happen. But there will be a child I think one day who will walk by that building and remember childhood memories like I did this past Thursday. Memories of, oh, that's where I learned my first Aleph Bet. That's where I had my bar and bat mitzvah training and b mitzvah training. And over there, that's where Rabbi Ingber was and Rabbi Kolaresis and a couple of others. Those walls now have pictures of community members who helped build that building, if not literally, but figuratively, with their time and their talent and their treasure. I personally think that it's worth saving. Kabbalat Shabbat. I think that building and its possibilities and its connection to this community and the connection to the broader Bloomingdale community is profoundly important. It tells a story about a little shul that grew not in Brooklyn, but right here on the Upper West Side. If you'd like to be more illuminated by it and educated on what it would take to keep the building, we're going to have a Wednesday evening town hall meeting this coming Wednesday. But it's for all of us here as we re-enter our lives that were dramatically changed by COVID and by all of the interruptions that took place. How do we re-enter into those holy spaces, those particular spaces, with love and with awareness and with an awareness of grief and loss as well? Those things matter. We move too quickly to the Pollyannish observation that it's all okay. So a blessing tonight as our 4 B Mitzvah students will ascend the Bima tomorrow, Kevin and Jessica and Devorah and Rachel. You've chosen an arduous and beautiful path to embrace the particular tradition called Yiddishkeit, which you were both born into and that you have embraced. You will stand here tomorrow and you will read words that are over 2,000 years old, in cantillation and musical trope that is equally time-honored. You will make a claim on the particular incarnational inheritance that belongs to you and you alone. It does not negate the formless embrace that you also taste. In fact, it only deepens it as you love God in all of her manifestations, as Jew, as human, as person. May the Holy One of Blessing remind us of all that inheres within this physical and three-dimensional reality. May God bless us to embrace all that makes us human so that we might love all who are human. Please rise. On page 78 together. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות ולא שמענו עם משפחות האדמה ששם חלקנו עמכם וגורלנו עם כל העולם ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך שהוא נודע שמיים יוצא לארץ ומשה וגום שם כן נקבל לך אדוני אלוהינו לראות מהירה ודבר תזל למגינים כי המלכות שלך היא וליומיה תמלוך בכבוד ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד ונאמר ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו When mourners Kaddish, everyone can be found on page 115 and 116. We invite you to be seated. If you are in mourning, however, please remain standing. It's such an honor to hear the names of those who are being remembered. So as we move through the sanctuary, I invite you to share a name. We begin with Mark and Carol. Susan. Also, those online who have loved ones that they're remembering tonight, we bring their presence in. Please rise if it's your custom to stand for the mourners' Kaddish. We're on 115 and 116. Yikadal, Yitkadash, Mei Rabbah. V'yomad yivrach yirutei, v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon, v'yomechon, v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. B'agala u'bizman kariv imru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mivorach le'olam ve'almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shmei dekudsha b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram v'oma v'yamru. Amen. Yehi Shloma Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'emru. Oseh shalom b'mromah. Uyaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. Yehi zichram baruch, may their memory be a blessing. I invite you all to stand for the Kiddush and then for the Sfirat HaOmer. Let's do the Sfira first, actually. Page 103. We're almost there, friends. Almost there. Almost at Shavuot. We can see Sinai in the distance. Leshem yichod kudsha brichu ushchintei Hineni muchanu mezumah lekayem mitzvat aseh Shegel sfirat ha'omer Shel sfirat ha'omer Shegel sfirat ha'omer Shel sfirat ha'omer Sheva Shabbatot Temimot Yena Sheva Shabbatot Temimot Yena Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kirshanu mitzvotav vetzivanu Al sfirat haomer Yaranayinayinayinay Yinayinayinay counting, yesterday was 43 on the left-hand column. Together, number 4. Hayom, Arba'a ve'arba'im yom, shehem, Shisha Shavuot, Ushnei Yamim, Omer, Du'a, what's Gevur Shebemalchus? What is that? Like,
Strength, boundaries within the queendom.
Like in manifestation, make sure that you're like...
Make sure you're buckled up.
Buckled up. That's buckled up. Buckled up.
Put
I
your
like
belt
that.
on.
That was awesome. Buckled up.
Let's go.
Let's sing strong like the first song. Keep going into this cup of blessing. Judah Goldman, his buddy Maddox, Nate, AV, our wonderful security guard for Jeff, who's not here but who made so many things possible this week. The pastor and the whole Romemu staff. To Rebecca Flanders and to Victor and Blanca, Lenore, Ari, who is moderating, and to all of our Zumagoggers. Here's to you, Ana Luisa. Jamie Askin. And to Miriam Rubin. Miriam is one of those people who built Romemu. Miriam, for years, was our membership director, our community engagement person, our resident spirit guide, bringing, her Sagittarian and generosity and just everything amazing. So, into this cup of blessing, Miriam, Hanaviyah, Kiddush, ready? You got it. So you got it. You hold it. We're buckling up. Page 88.
Bereshut, with your permission, let us bless and sanctify this holy day of Shabbat. Vayhi erev, vayhi boker, yom hashishi, vaychulu hashamayim v'haaretz, v'chol tzevav, vayechal Elohim bayom hashvihi, melachto asher asa, vayishpot bayom hashvihi, mikol melachto asher asa, vayivarech Elohim et yom hashevihi, vayikadesh oto, ki bo shavad mikol melachto asher bara Elohim la'asot. Savri chaverai, Savri chaverai, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shaba kodsho b'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh, zecher l'tziat
Mitzrayim,
kivanu v'acharta,
Ve'el עושה שלום נאמר, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו.